Okay, listen here. I want you to become so mentally ill right now as you watch this video. By the time this video is done, I want you to be so mentally ill, so delusional, so bound in fiction, the fiction of your brain, that you never self sabotage again. You never give up on another dream. You never quit another side hustle. You never quit your dreams in pursuit of comfort ever again. That you never ever default to a lack of self belief again in your entire life. And if you watch the entire end of this video, I promise you, you will have the exact steps to get there. Now, this is completely unedited. This video is not going to be for everybody. Some of you guys are going to watch this video, you're going to find it so boring, so unstimulating that you click away. I know we probably just lost a couple right here, right? But the truth is, I don't care. If you leave, this video is not for you. If you can't stay to the end, if you can't hold your attention for this one video, that's okay. This video is not for you. This video is only for the 1% of people that truly care and want to take control of their entire life, to transform it, and to never be pushed around by anyone ever again. So I'm saying it again. This is mental illness maxing. Okay, let's get ourselves mentally ill here. We're going to be engineering our minds for self-belief, for self-discipline like never before, that we may be so delusional that we win by default. Because the truth is about all successful people is it doesn't take a certain level of IQ. Okay, it is the dumbest people, the most thoughtless people, the most clumsy people that are sitting at the top. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. All right, and I'm not saying you have to be stupid. All right, we don't have to be stupid maxing. But the problem with being so smart is that we overthink every single little thing. We're always trying to figure out and study, who am I? What am I? Where have my past experiences led me? Where am I going because of them? That's brutally autistic. And I'm just going to say it. Yeah, that's a little offensive, sure. But you know what? Again, these videos are not for the average person. If you're offended, good. That means I'm doing my job right. That's part of mental illness maxing, at least on my side of things, okay? So I want to start with number one. The number one point, and I wrote it all down right here so I stayed clean and clear on my points. The number one point is delusional self-belief. You need to believe in yourself delusionally. You need to have this delusional self-perception of who you are and what you can do. All right, that's what all three of these points line up to. So the first point within number one is you need to limit limiting people. Okay, I'm talking about your friends. I'm talking about your family. I know this is a common thing. We're going to get a little bit more niche as we keep going. This is a common point, right? But limit people. You aren't going to move forward if you have people always whispering in your ear, oh, you're not good enough. You already have Satan doing that. That's enough. All right? You don't need Satan's minions to do the same thing for you too. Okay? Cut them out. Cut out the naysayers. Cut out the failures of your life. If they aren't living the way you want to be living, and they feel the need to say things every time you start working on a new project, cut them out. It doesn't have to be permanent. Okay, this can be just a season. Doesn't matter. Okay. And now family's a little bit harder, but you do probably have some of those family members that also have a hard time believing in you. And it might be a little difficult to cut them out, but at least limit your exposure to them. If you can do that, you will be much better off. I want to move through these semi-quick. The next really big thing in delusional self-belief is limiting music or media. I'll say media as a whole. Our music has these mantras. You know what a mantra is? It's like repeating something over and over and over again. And when you repeat things, the logical thinking side of the brain is convinced by the subconscious side of the brain, which believes everything. Look into psychology, look into the neuroscience of all things. You'll find that that is exactly true. It's super easy to program a brain. All you have to do is participate in something, watch something, listen to something every single day, and you will start creating your reality based off of those things that you were consuming. It's the truth. And it's kind of terrible, I'm not going to lie. So watch the music you listen to. If it's swearing and talking about drugs and talking about blah, 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 that's failure mentality. There's frequencies in music. I know you're going to think I'm crazy. You can look this up too. There are frequencies in music that literally change the molecular structure of water. We're human beings, beings made up of mostly water. All right. If music can do that to a single droplet, what is it doing to your body? What is it doing to your mind? What is it doing to the brain chemistry and your thought processes just in life as a whole? Limit your exposure. If you can't do that, you are going to find yourself in a much worse situation. Okay, I mean, I don't even know if that's proper English, but I'm actually going to link my personal Spotify playlist down below. Okay, and these are all in the right frequencies and everything like that, so that you can stay focused, so on forth, so on and so forth. I'm mixing up my words here. I've got one for studying, and I got one for just belief. And not all the music's perfect in that second one of my more recreational list, but it keeps me motivated. And if it keeps you motivated, it's probably a good sign that it might be okay for you. Okay. Then you want to limit exposure to wasteful activities. Okay. Now this one's a harder one because I think it's actually really important to have one of those side hobbies that wastes time. I'm not gonna lie, I will hop on the Xbox sometimes here and there, and it feels very refreshing just to grind my brain out playing GTA 5 online or the new Skate, which is a terrible game. I'm not going to lie. It feels really good because it's like by the time I finish this session, I feel super depressed and I'm ready to go back to work. It's very anti motivational, but it works. I'm not going to lie. If that doesn't work for you, then don't do it. Like, you probably should cut it out completely. But I'm saying limit your exposure to wasteful things. If it means that you got to completely drain all of your energy into one thing for a day just so that you can be tired of it, so that you're bored of it, then do it. If it is something that you're naturally addicted to and you just can't stop getting that hunger even though you are bored of it, I know video games can get that way. If you are a serious gamer, okay, you got to cut it out. Okay, find ways to cut it out. Um, Maybe go camping for a little, stop scrolling, all those different things. Um, and that would be another thing. Don't scroll. I know this is kind of a weird point. It's like I'm knocking on the same tree you've heard knocked on a million times, okay? But doing this makes a huge difference. Like, if you just take an hour before bed just to not look at your phone, set your alarm, then put it down on the charger and like take an hour for yourself. You're going to sleep better. If you just make an effort to read a physical book. I always like to listen to books because I hate reading, but I've been trying to make an effort of reading like the scriptures every night because I'm going to be a father here in literally a couple of weeks, any day now, who knows. Hopefully not too soon because my wife's got to graduate school first. But reading the scriptures has become more important because I want to become a spiritual leader in my household. I want to be a father that is prepared spiritually, and I want to be connected to God. That's so important to me, and I know that's going to be so important to being a father and a leader in my household that I've made that a serious habit in the past couple of nights. I'll take an hour, read, I'll write in my journal, and then I pray. And that's exactly how I finish every single day. And I feel uplifted, I feel strengthened, and by the time I wake up in the morning, I'm excited to get going again. There's this certain feeling that you get from actually getting a proper sleep session in. And you wake up and you feel like a kid again. You have the nostalgic feelings all kind of flood into your soul, and you remember when you were a kid feeling the same exact way. It's like we've forgotten what that feels like. So take that hour, limit your exposure to wasteful activities. Number 2, I want to talk about delusional self-identity. If you aren't inventing who you want to be, if you feel like that who you are right now is just who you are, period, you're wrong. God sent us to this earth to literally reinvent ourselves, or maybe more so, to find who he sent us here to become. Okay, that's a huge thing. Don't mess that point up, and don't devalue this point at all. I want you to become so mentally ill about who you are right now in this moment. Who you want to be, believe that you are already that person, because you are. Nothing's changing about your desires and your dreams. It's just there's activities, maybe appearance things, speech things, action things that have to change in how you're perceived to yourself and to others. If you want to have more confidence, if you want to get more work done, if you want to achieve more with your business, or maybe if you want to really finish writing that book, you need to believe in yourself like nobody else. Okay, that's where or you need to redesign your identity like nobody else, okay? So the first thing is appearance design. I want you to, and I'm going to give you permission, okay? Because sometimes I don't give myself permission. My wife doesn't give herself permission. We don't give each other permission because we're trying to save a lot right now, which is, I don't know. Maybe that's not the best way to go about things, but when you're having a baby, you kind of have to. Okay, but invest in your appearance, okay? If you have no other financial obligations, obviously think that through. Think that through so you aren't making any stupid decisions. But invest in your appearance. Make sure that you feel confident to you. Buy clothes that are quality. All right, you only need 3 to 5 good quality pieces. All right, and you can cycle through that, you know. Find things that you're okay wearing every single day. I'm not going to lie. It's just easier to not have to think about what to wear. But make sure that when people see you wearing it, they're like, "Wow, that is a man or woman of class." Right? You want that to be you want that to help identify how do I say this? You want other people to look at you, how you're dressed, and identify you with already achieving what you want to achieve. Holy cow. Okay, next, environment design. Okay, this is a huge one. This is something my wife and I have been doing, and I've been seeing how it's been changing my life seriously. Design your environment. Okay, first of all, clean up. Just clean up your environment a little bit. That is a major part of environment design. If your house is not clean, I'm telling you, I come home sometimes, and if the house is messy, which it gets messy, um, I feel depressed. I feel poor. I feel super poor, actually. Pay attention to how you feel when you walk in your home after a long days of work and you've got a messy home. Okay, just pay attention to how you feel. If you aren't feeling depressed and poor and weak and lazy, I don't know, then something is actually wrong. You actually might be mentally ill, and you got to fix that. Okay, we're trying to mental illness max, but not in that sense, right? I'm not talking about actually being mentally ill. Okay, I'm saying get delusional. Okay. Next, invest in your environment, right? So buy furniture pieces. My wife and I bought a $300 couch, and we love it. It's changed our entire living room completely. We threw like a throw blanket on. I didn't even know what that was. I didn't know that there were decorative blankets that Airbnb hosts won't let you cuddle up in. You know what I'm saying? What is up? My sinuses are so jacked up right now. I have no idea. Um, Buy some pillows, whatever. Make your environment feel good. Make your environment feel rich. Like when you're sitting there on your couch, if you don't feel like a rich motherfetcher, you're doing it wrong. Okay, next. Speech design. This is underrated. Maybe one of the most underrated things in self appearance or self identity. Change your speech. Did I say self appearance to this? I don't know. Whatever. So, this means this could be a lot of things, right? And I'm still working on this because it's kind of a new concept to me, but I know that it does make a difference. Like when you're watching Jubilee, the cut, and you see that dude and he's got like a low voice, doesn't matter how ugly that motherfetcher is. If he's got a good low voice and his vocabulary's right, you're like, dang, that is an attractive motherfetcher. All right, I'm saying that a lot. I'm sorry. You feel like, wow, this guy has done something big. Also, like if you're watching a lot of self-improvement content, you'll find that there's a lot of dudes in this space, like Hamza, for example. I know that guy's got his name itself is like a big old buzzword now, but he's kind of got this low voice. Let's see if I can mimic him. He kind of talks. I don't know. I can't do it. Kind of talks like this. I can't do it. All right, I seriously can't. I don't know. I feel kind of cheesy doing that. Whatever. Forget about it. But you know what I'm saying. Find the lowest tone in your voice and see if you can train yourself to live by that standard. Um, I had that down like at the beginning of my YouTube career, and I was loving it. But I also teach art classes to a bunch of kids privately, and so my voice naturally pitched up and got bad. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't sound that cool anymore. But I gotta retrain myself. Part of that is also just like vocabulary. Watch your vocabulary. Read books that have vocabulary that you want to adopt. Like read the 007 books, or read philosophical books like Marcus Aurelius's Meditations. Read books like that. Find books that have the vocabulary you would like to adopt. Okay, next. Sorry, this is a long one. Association design. Okay, it's also very important. Everybody feels like they can't seem to meet the right people. I'm here to tell you, you absolutely can. If you build up your social media in the right way, make it look aesthetic. Like, social media is the new business card. If your social media isn't right, you aren't going to be meeting anybody. Okay? I just created a new social media completely. I'm not going to lie. I'm like LARPing. I'm LARPing as a rich entrepreneur. All right? I might be an entrepreneur, but I'm not rich yet. Okay? Not on my standards. I'm not making enough to feel like, I could just take a day off today. Right? I'm not where I want to be. But I'm doing this, and like people are reaching out and they're loving my content. And they're like, I'm like having great conversations. There's like a jewelry company, which I never got back to, but they're like, hey, we'd like to send you some jewelry. Should have gotten back to them. Now I think I've left them on red for a little too long, but it's all good. It's all good. Opportunities come to those who build their social media up. I'm not going to lie. That's just the way of the world. It sucks, but you got to do it. So if you don't feel like you know the right people, if you feel like you don't know enough of the people who have the same interests, start following people. Start going on other people's Instagrams or of the content you like, and talk to the followers. Message the person. It's like there's a chance that they do respond, especially if they're not like a huge creator yet. If you were to Instagram message me, I would respond. Okay, I would give you free advice. I would talk to you. You'd have a great conversation. We can make good friends, build a good connection, right? Networking is huge. And you can also do that in the real world. Go to the gym to work out. Well, you can also go to the gym to strengthen your social abilities. Okay, number 3, delusional self-action. Now, this is how you're going to make $10,000 a month. Just how you're going to do it. It's how you're going to make tons and tons of money. $10,000 a month, by the way, is not a lot. All right, it's not a lot. Unless you live in like, some third world country, right? But $10,000 a month, in case you did not know, is not a lot. I'm sorry to say it. But if you want to start making a comfortable amount, you want to follow these few things. Number 1, within delusional self-action, habit stacking. Do things before you feel ready. Do things before you feel like you have what it takes. All right, and stack those habits. Okay, so when you're building like a YouTube channel, when you're doing all sorts of things like that, just start it. Start it before you know how. Start it before you have what's ready. I want to read it to you a little bit of what I wrote. Habit stacking. Do things before being ready, as though you've already got what you need. Okay. The next one is decision filtering. Start questioning everything. Question what other people say. Question what you say to yourself. Decision filter. Which decision should I make? Why don't we think enough about this anymore? We've become so passive in our ways of thinking that we get nothing done. Start thinking more. Give yourself permission to question everything. If you do that, you will start making some really profound and valuable decisions. Next, do your dream first. All right, first thing in the morning, you should chase your dream. If you aren't doing it first thing in the morning, maybe it doesn't matter enough to you. It's kind of a harsh reality, but it's absolutely the truth. If you aren't doing it first thing in the morning, it doesn't matter. It's the truth. What you do at the beginning of the day, what you wake up and get right into, is the most valuable thing. And the reason I say that is because as the day goes on, you're not going to have the motivation. I find that for me, not that the gym's the most valuable thing to me, but if I don't go to the gym early in the day, I won't. I just won't. Like, the motivation will be gone, and I'll convince myself very easily out of it. So I have to go before I even think about it. It's the same thing with work. If I want to get a lot of work done in a day, I have to do it before I even can think about it. First thing in the morning, you get straight to work. And last, this is my favorite one, actually one that brought me a lot of success. Do 3 to 4 times more than you think you can, than you think you have the availability to do. I know that sounds impossible, but it's not. Okay, if you are creating content online, This is just a simple example. Do way more. I mean, the people who watch your videos every day are new viewers anyways. They're usually not subscribed. They're going to come in, you're going to find the right people. You're going to filter through really quick if you've just got a million videos coming out. They're going to find your videos and they're going to stay. All right, you're making content for new people every single day. All right, you don't have to be perfect. You can share the same thing over and over again. I'm not going to do that personally, but you could, and you could get away with it. And people would subscribe and they would stay subscribed. It's just how things work. It's kind of terrible, but it works like that. At least at the beginning, and then you can kind of start adding more value and putting more thought into things. I don't even edit my videos anymore. I'm just like, it's going to be one giant stream of thought, one vein of thought. I'm going to put it out, and if you guys like it, awesome. If you guys don't, whatever. I didn't edit. I didn't put too much energy into it that I will feel guilty if this video gets no views. That's the truth. But I will give the best quality of thought that I can give. And that's where the quality should come from. It should come from your own ability to bring it out. So do more than you think you should. Do more than you think you can. Because the truth is, you almost always can. When I started doing this at the beginning of me being on YouTube, I gained over 3,000 subscribers in under a month by posting 7 shorts a day on YouTube. They weren't even that good of shorts. It was like the green screen shorts. I did 7 of those a day, and I did exceptionally well. So do more than anybody else. The truth is, the less you think about it, or the smarter you get, and the more you learn about YouTube or whatever you're working on, the dumber you're going to get, the least success you're going to have. I did all of this without knowing beforehand that posting every day is actually not recommended by YouTube and by the gurus. Oh, there's a fly coming around here. Just do it, okay? The less you know, the better. Because the people who know less get more done. It's the truth. So today, I hope you guys became mentally ill watching this video. You probably did. I'm not going to lie. You want to engineer your self-belief. It's almost self-deception. All right, is self-deception the right word? No, that's not it. Self-delusion. Be so delusional about who you are and what you can do. And watch how your life becomes exactly as so. My name is Gabriel Bowman. I appreciate you guys watching this video. If you guys are looking to actually improve your mindset, build new habits, I've created an app that will give you a coach 24/7 and absolutely help you re-engineer and reprogram your entire mindset and thinking process. It's called Purpose Path. Link in the description below. If you click it, you'll get a special discount. Love you guys. See you in the next video. Bye.